think about a teacher who made a difference in your life or was important to you, what is it that you think about, and what was it about that teacher that made them unique? Every day in my class, I start in circle and I end in circle. It's our class meeting. And on the very first day of school, in our first meeting, I tell them the story about a bird who has a broken wing and needs to find shelter because winter's coming and it can't fly. And he asks the oak tree, the maple tree, and they have excuses that they can't help. They're too busy or too important, they just don't have time. And snowflakes are falling, and finally he finds the fir tree, and the fir tree shelters him in her arms until spring. And the legend is that because of that act of kindness, that's why the fir tree gets to stay green all winter. Well, after that, I take out a glass bird, and I'm holding it in my hands so carefully, and they're looking at me. And I tell them that we're going to pass it around the circle so they all have a chance to hold it and look at it. So they're watching me, and I tell them how to pass it, to the next person with two hands, and it's going around, and everybody's sort of watching it go around and watching how everybody's being so careful. And as it's making its way around, I tell them that we are like that bird, that the way they are being so mindful with each other right now is the way that we need to take care of each other in our classroom. And that we're going to do a lot of fun things together, and we're going to learn a lot of really interesting things, but that the most important thing is that we take care of each other. There's a part in the book, The Little Prince, where the little prince meets a fox, and he asks the fox, "Who are you?" And the fox says, "I'm a fox, like 100,000 other foxes." But the fox wants to belong to the boy, and the boy asks him, "What does that mean?" And he tells him, "Well, it means that we establish ties and we connect with each other and understand each other, and once you understand something, you become responsible for it. And then I belong to you and you belong to me." And it takes time, and sometimes it's hard as teachers because we know that this curriculum needs to be covered and these things need to be taught, and it's hard to find the time. But that's the most important thing that we're going to do with our time, is to get to know our kids and to love them and to help grow them into kind and caring people. And a good way to get to know your kids is to give them lots of opportunities to research and explore things that they love, and bring in things when you can to support them and let them teach what they've learned to the class in whatever way they choose. Or in my team, we do something called tabletop teaching, where we ask the kids to teach something to our class that they are an expert at, or something that they think they're really good at. And then they get to be the teacher, and they're the leader, and they get to feel what that feels like to be recognized and valued for something that they're good at. I've had kids teach us how to play hot cross buns on the keyboard and how to braid, and last year I had one teach us a hip hop dance, which in my mind I totally nailed, but I could tell by the looks on their faces that what was happening out here was not the same as what was happening in my mind. And that's okay for them to see us try something new and to maybe do something that we might not be good at right away, because they understand that and they can connect to that, because that's what we ask them to do every day. Well, in our last circle meeting on the last day of school, I tell them when they leave me that the most important thing is that they take care of each other and to find things that they love and use them to help people. Find something you love and use it to help people. And that's what we do as teachers. We do this job because we love this job, and every day we get to make a difference in someone's life. So if we can remember that while we're walking with our students, that short time that we get to be alongside them, to invest in them and love them and understand them and become responsible for each other, then when they leave us on that last day, they won't feel like a fox like 100,000 other foxes, because they'll know that they are unique, and part of them will belong to you and part of you will belong to them.